Seth Green is here, and Jamie Liddell's coming up. Our next guest tonight paved the way for muscle-bound governors everywhere. His latest book is called Don't Start the Revolution Without Me. Please welcome Jesse Ventura. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming on Belly Flop Night of all nights as a Navy SEAL. I think this is particularly, well, it doesn't mean anything, I guess. But did they have belly flop training as a Navy SEAL?
No, we're sneaky. We slide into the water and have no ripples, no effect at all. And
really?
Of course, Jimmy, we live by the creed that you gotta sleep sometime.
Really? Really? And you're right, we do. I do, anyway. I do it almost every night, really. Wow, that's something. You're living in Mexico now, aren't you?
Yeah, I live way down, about 850 miles down in the Baja. I live with those scary brown-skinned people that we want to put fences up and build walls to keep away. I mean, we're frightened to death of them. And imagine, I live right down with them, and I don't even know the language.
You don't speak any Spanish?
Barely.
Really?
No,
wow.
I pantomime a lot and I get by. They're smart and they're patient and they don't care as long as you try, you know, and put forth the effort. But no, I live an hour from pavement and an hour from electricity.
Wow.
I live completely off the grid down there. It creates a whole new life that you look at things in a much different way. I guess I'd say this. I wake up in the morning, every morning with nothing to do, and I go to bed at night, I'm half done.
This is you with Fidel Castro in Cuba, and this is a trip that the president asked you not to take.
Yep.
And you took it anyway.
Yep.
It's, you know what? It's not necessarily a good sign when the president gets involved in your vacation plans. But why did you go to Cuba to meet with Castro?
Well, everybody tells us these horrible stories about Castro and Cuba, and you know, I live in this country today, now I'm 57, and my government's lied to me so much now that they have no credibility with me anymore. So how am I going to learn about Cuba if I don't go there? Believe them? Mm-hmm. You know, these are the people that told us about weapons of mass destruction, ties to Al-Qaeda, that oil was going to pay for, the Iraqi oil would pay for the war. Remember that one?
That
it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't happened, has it?
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, and then in my day, Jimmy, it was the Gulf of Tonkin incident, which they now have told us didn't happen either, and that's what got us into the Vietnam War.
But do you feel like a casual meeting with Castro can teach you much about him? I mean, isn't it possible that he just put on a nice face for you?
I'm sure that he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he did, but you know, it's still a case of, you know, what was interesting was when I first met him, he shook my hand and he told me I was a man of great courage. And I looked at him and said, but how can you say that? You don't know me. And he said, you defied your president to come here. He already knew.
Oh, I see.
He's got good intel down there.
I would think so, yeah. And he's got spies in his beard.
And then, of course, I went, the last night there, I went to the Club Havana, and I won the salsa dance contest.
You did? Wow.
And the best part about it was, I don't even know how to do it. You know, they needed a representative, so I jumped on stage and thought, oh, what the hell, go for it. And then it was halfway through, my interpreter told me I had won. And he said, they're just picking second and third. And I thought, well, how did I really win here? Did this come down from Castro?
Yeah, yes. No better way to make you so comfortable than
he's just fixing dance contests all over the country.
But I've recovered, you know, and I'll tell, on the first time I will admit something right here on your show. January, I had my hip replaced.
You did?
Yep.
In Mexico?
No, at the Mayo Clinic up in Minnesota. I had the new thing called hip resurfacing.
And already you're up and around, huh?
I'm up and around. I'm back playing golf, training, and getting ready for another year of surfing and looking forward to it. But, you know, getting an injury like that has required me to go back in training. So, you know, to get back. So I'm back training hard. And in the near future, I'm going to be training and showing people how to train and the way that they can train and not get injured.
In other words, Hulk Hogan had better run like hell.
Hulk Hogan has enough problems in his life. You know, as much as I dislike the man personally, I still feel for him because nobody wishes that on their son.
No, for sure.
You know, the trouble that his son is in, and nobody wishes that on a son.
Who will you, Jesse Ventura, endorse for president of the United States?
No one.
No one?
No one.
You will not make an endorsement? Who will you vote for? Do you know?
No one.
No, you're not going to vote for anyone?
I doubt it, because if I look at him, Barack Obama's going to raise my taxes. Now, at a time of economic depression, or whatever you want to call what we're in right now, the worst thing you can do is take more money from the private sector and give it to government. That will not get you out of an economic downturn. You need to have more money into the private sector.
And what else? So like Barack McCain? Why don't you like him?
I won't vote for him because he wants to continue this war that I've opposed from day one.
And who will you vote for as president of Mexico?
I can't vote. I'm not a citizen there.
Well, give it time.
I have a better idea, though. I found out that the Baja, the Mexicans that live in the Baja, when they cross over to mainland Mexico, they got to clear customs.
Really?
So they treat the Baja like a territory. So here's my plan, Jimmy. No one will know now either when I tell you.
Yeah, we'll keep it
I'm going to lead the revolution and become benevolent dictator of the Baja.
Well, you know what? Take me with you. I'd be more than happy to be part of the cabinet.
I can solve the immigration problem. They only come up here for financial advantage. When I become benevolent dictator, I'll legalize pot. Imagine what that'll do to tourism. What will happen to tourism then?
I know it'll be tremendous.
We will make it the Amsterdam of the West.
Well, to help fund Jesse Ventura's campaign, buy this book. It's called Don't Start the Revolution Without Me. Jesse Ventura, everybody. We'll be right back. Seth Green is here with the belly flop competition finals. Be right back.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is already the 20th day of May 2008, and we are going straight into a big interview right here at the start of the show. He'll be with us for the next 40 minutes. He is former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura, also Hollywood movie star, Navy SEAL, and so much more. He's also a best-selling author, former TV host on MSNBC. And he was on with us about a month ago, and it made headlines in hundreds of newspapers, the Associated Press, and national television when he came on the show and questioned the official 9/11 story. And I was just talking to him before we went live, and he said he's, quote, got something he wants to complain about. So you'll find out what that is with me right now. Governor Ventura, thank you for coming on with us.
Hi, Alex. Great to be here again. I hope I could say that. No, I'm laughing because I guess when you do your show, you automatically make it on Bill O'Reilly's idiot list.
I think that's what happens, yes.
Now, I'm confused over that, Alex. How come we're not allowed to ask any questions today?
Well, this broadcast has about 2 million listeners per show, and then it's all magnified on the web, and they don't like the fact that there is a large alternative radio show with more than 60 affiliates, and that's #1 internet show. We have the most listeners.
Maybe it's something like that, because I can't believe how I simply asked some questions and the way you're attacked. For simply asking questions? Has our country really become that you're not even allowed to publicly question the government? You know, I say this, Alex, because in looking back on my 56 years on the planet, the government's lied to me a great deal. And they don't have great credibility with me. So why wouldn't I question them when they tell me something?
Oh, I totally agree with you. I mean, how many times have they been caught lying? And isn't it more suspicious? Methinks they protest too much.
Yeah.
That they don't want us to ask about Building 7, the firefighters on tape saying the government blew it up. I mean, why aren't we supposed to talk about that?
I don't know. You know, one of the most interesting interviews that I've seen now has been William Rodriguez.
Absolutely, he was.
I mean, when I watched the DVD of William Rodriguez, this guy is totally talking from what he remembers. You can clearly see it. He's not making anything up.
Well, he was there. The firefighters and police say that he stayed in to get a lot of them out when things were starting to collapse.
Oh, he's a hero's hero. There's no doubt about it. And when you hear him talk and he tells about what he knows there, how can you not question what went on that day?
Well, that was my first question. What do you think of the massive media attack that you have gone through for simply asking a question? They never address what you actually said on the show, and the majority of Americans in polls have the same questions. It's all that you're bad to ask those questions.
Well, it's been pretty eye-opening, to say the least, that, you know, if you do ask a question out there, it's like you're not allowed to today. And that's what really troubles me the most, is this attitude